Can you do Jo Sumran Sadhyo?
Oh, I know. This will go along. Not this one.
Okay.
You want me to do it?
Jo Sumiran Siddhi Hoy,
Jo Sumiran Siddhi Hoy,
Gananayak Karivara Vadna,
Gananayak Karivara Vadna,
Karo Anugraha Soy,
Karo Anugraha Soy,
Buddhiras Shubh Guna Sadna,
Buddhi Rashi Shubha Guna Sadna,
Mukh Hoy Vacha,
Mukh Hoy Vachal,
Pangu Chadai Girvar Gahana,
Pangu Chadai Girivar Gahana,
Jasu Kripa Sudaya,
Jas Kripa Sudayal,
Dravu Sakal Kalimal Dahana,
Drau Sakal Karimal Dahana,
Neel Sarorusha,
Neel Saror Shyam,
Tarun Arun Varij Nayana,
Tarun Arun Parij Nayana,
Karau Sumam Purgam,
Karau Sumurham,
Sada Shir Sagar Sayana,
Sada Shir Sagar Shayana,
Kund Kindu Samadev,
Kunda Indu Samadeya,
Kumaraman Karunayana,
Kumaraman Karunayana,
Jahideen Parane,
Jahideen Paraneya,
Karav Kripa Mardan Mayana,
Karau Kripa Mardan Mayana,
Vandav Guru Pad Kanj,
Pandav Guru Pad Kanja,
Kripa Sindhu Narup Hari,
Kripa Sindhu Nararup Hari,
Mahamohatam Kunj,
Mahamohatam Kunja,
Jasu Vachan Ravikar Nikari,
Jasu Vajan Ravikara Nikara,
Jo Sumiran Siddhi Hoy,
Jo Sumiran Siddhi Hoy,
Ganayak Karivara Vadna,
Gananayak Karivara Vadna,
Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha,
Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha,
Om Shri Vaishnave Namaha, Om Shri Vaishnave Namaha, Om Shri Guru Shankaraya Namaha, Om Shri Guru Shankaraya Namaha, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Thank you, Mohan. Who would like to recite Om Purnamada? Green light will come.
Feel like we read it. Red has the battery light. Okay, right. Hello. No, okay.
You can work it till it goes, so we will get you back.
Om Purnamada Purnamada Purnamidam Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate
that is what matters. We will be moving on to the next part of our program, which is the synopsis of Bhagavad Gita. Today we are going to be doing the second chapter, which is Jnana Vijnana Yoga. And we have a very prominent opponent of Gita here. Deliver the synopsis. Dave Lahiri is known to all of us. He can recite extempore a lot of flows at will. And what we will do is he will start by giving a synopsis, and then he has a few selected flows which capture the essence of the chapter. And we will recite that after him.
Can we make a
So,
request?
yeah.
Can we make a request that they can maybe sit there and do it?
Oh, why don't you come
So
here?
we can hear better.
Yeah, I think that way is better.
Good morning, Namaskar. Always my honor to be here. And remember, it is a synopsis, so it will be short and brief. So this is a chapter 7. The context is chapter 6, right? What we learned and what we're going forward. Chapter 6 was Jnana Yoga last time, and this is chapter 7, which we call Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Actually, Vijnana is the cosmic knowledge. So this is the knowledge which is very important, and he complements Jnana. And so this is chapter 7, is relatively a small chapter, 30 verses. Just giving you comparison. Just relatively, chapter 2, which is the Sankhya Yoga, 17 verses. So chapter 7, which is shorter, 30 verses. And here Lord Krishna takes the center stage. It starts from Lord Krishna's Uvacha and ends with that. And so as I said, the 30 verses are selected, 8 verses I think, and the remaining. And so what about these verses? This chapter begins with Sri Krishna, as I mentioned in Bhagwan Vasa, describing the material and spiritual dimension of God's energy. The energy is the key word. Whenever I go every verse, I'm giving key word. The rest of the translation is there, everything is given in the word. Just I want to energize with the energy of divine Lord. So he explains here energy. This is answer energy, and that is, he is the symbol, Lord Krishna is the symbol, and he compares with the garden, different beings, and different beings represent different energies which we have. Here is the key thing. Everything when they are aligned, then it's a divine. And if it doesn't, then it is not. So that one needs knowledge. So this is the essence. And he describes there are 4 kinds of folks. People, one are distressed, one which is a knowledge seeker, Jnana, truth seeker. Another is material seeker. And then another is devotee. And so this he describes. These are the people, Chatur Mahabharata. And each one has his own energy. And this is the synchrony of the energy, that the essence of life. And he gave examples. Bottom line is, as I mentioned, it starts with Lord Krishna, ends with Lord Krishna. And he said, don't look at me, don't search at me, I am everywhere. And all you have to do is to surrender. And he mentioned Sri Krishna confirms that he is the ultimate truth and the highest authority. And this we will also in further chapter 10, which is Vibhuti Yoga, and which we will recite later. And again, the context of Arjuna was just like us. We believe in chapter 11 on the Vishnu where he revealed himself. So at the moment he's talking about energy, he's talking that he possesses several divine attributes, omnipresence, and surrendering to him, and path of knowledge and path of devotion is then. So that is chapter 7, and we'll go quickly in a few verses. And I'll go through the verses, please chant, and then I'll give the keywords. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Sakta Manaha Partha
Maya Sakta Manapata
Yogam Yunjam Mada Ashraya
Yogam Yojjan Madashraya
Asamshayam Samagram
Asanchayam Samagram Mam
Yatha Gyasasi Tatchino
Yatha Gyasasti Takshano
Tat means that. Shinu listen. Shri Bhagavan was listen. And this is Sanskrit word Shinu. Coming Shravan, Puno, of Devanagari. Tat Shinu. So this is about Bhagavan. Asamshayam Samagram. Again, go back to the root. Asamshayam, without and without. And listen. What I want to listen. So this is verse 5. Apariyam itastvanyam
Apariyamitastvanyam
Prakritim vidhi me parama
Prakritim Vidhim Me Param
Jiva bhutam mahabhavo
Jiva Bhuta Mahabhavo
Yedam dharite jagat.
Yaidam Dharite Jagat
Key word again last one. Dharite. Dhar means dharti. So which holds. And another key word jiva bhuta. There are energy, feelings, and so how it holds. And that's what he's talking about. And then we move to verse 7, which is again the glory of Lord Krishna. Mattam paratam nayatara
Mattam Parataram
kinchita asti dhananjaya
Kinchita Asti Dhananjaya
mai sarvamidam proktam
Maya Sarvamidam Proktam
sutre manikarava eva.
Sutre Manikana Iva
Again, last verses the address Arjuna's Partha here in that Dhananjaya and Mani Sarvam Vidam Proktam. Sarvam. So he's talking to him. This is the energy, everything is there. And don't look anywhere. Nayata Kinchita Asti Dhananjaya. So that is chapter 7, verses 7, chapter 7, and then chapter 9, verses 9, and he's talking about the benefit of Purya Gandaha Prithimyam Cha Tejaha Asmi Vibhaso Jivanam Sarvabhuteshu Tapaschasmi Tapashvasi. So he is talking about the brilliance in life and tapasvi, that one has to do work to get that, and then it moves to verse 10. And this is also important. And as I mentioned to you, that again, that is what part here. Let's go. Bijam mam sarvabhutana. Bijam mam sarvabhutana. Vidhi partha sanatanam.
Vidhi Partha Sanatanam
Buddhi buddhimatam asmi.
Buddhi Vriddhi Matam Asmi
Teja tejasvinam aham.
Teja Tejasvinamaham
So bijam sarvabhutana. Conceive to sarvabhutana. This energy is present everywhere. And also I just to emphasize, see the Buddhim Buddhimatam Asmi. 4 words in one. That is the power of Sanskrit. So you have to speak those. Same with the next word you have seen is also Tejas, Tejasvana. 4 words in the power of Sanskrit. Next one is 16, and as I mentioned, there are 4 kinds of people, and he is addressing them. Chaturvida bhajante ma.
Chaturvidha bhajante mam.
Janaha sukrito arjuna.
Janaha sukrito arjuna.
Arto jigyasuratarthi.
Arto jigyasurarthi.
Jnani cha bharatashar.
Jnani cha bharatashar.
And Bharatashar, he mentioned many times, is the best of all. And Supreme Arjuna, again he is mentioning Arjuna. These are the 4 people. The material seeker, demigod seeker, knowledge seeker, and bhakti. And he is making sure Arjuna knows this and go from there. And then he is mentioning this energy. It's not here, not there, it's not today or tomorrow, every time. Bhutani, Bhavishani, and Vartmani. And that was the next one, which is 26. Vedaham samhitani.
Vedaham samhitani.
Vartmanani Arjuna.
Vartamanani arjuna.
Bhavishani cha Bhutani.
Bhavishyani cha bhutani.
Mam Vedanam.
Mam vedana.
So if I know past, present and future, I also know all everything. But me, no one knows. Don't touch. So it is like a sun, like energy. Nobody can go forever. But believe me, even at the death, even forever, you will find that was the last verse of the Sadhi Sudadi Mam. Sadhi Bhutadre Samam. Sadhi Yakhache Vidu. Sadhi
Evam
Prayankale Yapi Chamam.
Pranakale abhijamam.
Te Vidu Yukta Chetasah.
Te viduryukta cetasa.
Prayankale. Take out from celestial storm. Come to me, you will see the light. So that was the last verse. And here we end. Om Tatsaviti.
Om Tatsaviti.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su.
Srimad Bhagavad Gita.
Upanishadsu.
Upanishadsu.
Brahma Vidyayam.
Brahma Vidyayam.
Yoga Shastre.
Yoga Shastre.
Shri Krishnarjun Samvade.
Krishna Arjuna Samvade.
Jnana Vigyan Yoga.
Jnana Vigyan Yoga.
Namah Satamodhyaya.
I think the Malgokulam and Kirtana is down after this. They will disperse it. But before they disperse, I think they want to make some announcements about the 5K run. I was told that somebody will be announcing about the 5K run of the temple. Do we have anybody who wants to make that announcement? Sanjay, you want to talk about it?
Was the we are the fire. So it is the fire.
So next,
Namaste. So every year we have this bike run. The next one is on Sunday, September 22nd. So it's just across over here. On that day, We'll take a circuit over here and we request everybody to start registering for it. Right now we are short of people. It's usually a fun event. We have seen some of the pictures from last year. It's $25 per ticket. You get t-shirts, breakfast, and then do some meditation for that day. How do you register for it? There's a flyer. Please go to the office if you can't find the information. We are also sending it in the WhatsApp groups. Next Saturday we have Temple Fest, so we are inviting everybody to please come and take part in the Temple Fest. So the Balmagi students and parents can start walking. Please go quietly outside. We are not going downstairs. We are actually going straight all the way to the northeast corner, where we are trying to make Ganesha Murti.
Northeast बोला उन्होंने
Oh, Sanjay bhai, downstairs.
क्या बोल रहे चल पड़ेगी
Cargo kids will go downstairs for the Ganesh Murti. Please go downstairs, everybody.
And we now move on to the next phase of our program, which is on the dhuns. And this is again one of the mainstays of our program. The first dhun is Raghupati Raghava Ragaram. So maybe we'll have Madhu. बढ़िया लगा
Om Raghupati Raghava पार्वती महादेव की जय। राधे कृष्ण गोविंद भगवान की जय। धन्यवाद। अब किसके
धन्यवाद।
अगर आप और
हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे।
आपके आसपास में दोनों ट्रांसफर कर देते हैं।
मुझे आगे बढ़ने
जय श्री कृष्ण।
ठीक है वही गाना ओके हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Thank you for this. Next would be your own Raga. Mukunda Madhav, Govinda Bol.
मुकुंद माधव गोविंद गोपेश मुकुंद माधव गोविंद गोपेश माधव हरि 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 हरि
Thank you, Molly. Now the last one is Ganpati Ganesh Road. And maybe we can have Kiran. We have a very select group today. Raj, would you like to? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, one can always like to again.
गणपति गणेश को उमापति महेश को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। गणपति गणेश को उमापति महेश को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। दुर्गा महारानी को अष्ट दुर्गा रानी को दुर्गा महारानी को अष्ट दुर्गा रानी को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। दुर्गा महारानी को अष्ट दुर्गा रानी को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। गणपति गणेश को उमापति महेश को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। गंगा माता रानी को पार्वती रानी को गंगा माता रानी को पार्वती रानी को गंगा माता रानी को पार्वती रानी को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। गणेश को उमापति महेश को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। ब्रह्मा के वरदान को सरस्वती के ज्ञान को ब्रह्मा के वरदान को सरस्वती के ज्ञान को ब्रह्मा के वरदान को सरस्वती के ज्ञान को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। ब्रह्मा के वरदान को सरस्वती के ज्ञान को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। गणपति गणेश को उमापति महेश को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। गणपति गणेश को उमापति महेश को मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। विष्णु जी के नाम को उनके रूप महान को विष्णु जी के नाम को उनके रूप महान को विष्णु जी के नाम को उनके रूप मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। गणेश को, उमापति महेश को, मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। कृष्ण कन्हैया को, राम जी के भैया को, कृष्ण कन्हैया को, राम जी के भैया को, कृष्ण कन्हैया को, राम जी के भैया को, मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। कृष्ण कन्हैया को, राम जी के भैया को, मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। गणपति गणेश को, उमापति महेश को, मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है। गणपति गणेश को, उमापति महेश को, मेरा प्रणाम है, मेरा प्रणाम है।
Thank you for visiting the location. And we had, of course, as I said, a very select audience and a select crowd. So a lot of the regulars have come to our rescue and filled in a lot of gaps. But Geeta Mandal, this tradition goes on, and I'm glad we don't miss a beat. So from here we move on to the main discourse of the day, and our speaker for the day is Swami Anthony. So Swami, so Anthony is a very familiar face to all of you. He works tirelessly behind the scenes, and he's the reason why a lot of the technical glitches which I had today do not happen. And he has been a bit devourer of Vedanta, and he's also part of our satsang group. And always he has a very interesting take on a lot of our beliefs. And today promises to be a very interesting topic, and we would like people to interact. And this is going to be. Can we have some peace and quiet here, please? So it will be good for people to move up. That way you can be more part of the group, and you can participate in the proceedings from here on. Please move forward. Anthony, this is the official introduction. He's a retired production designer, student of Sanatana, and a member of the HTCI since 2018. He and his wife Sarah enjoy gardening, sewing, and fixing things. By the way, I think you are putting your own, right? Yeah, so I'll pass it on to Anthony. It's an intriguing topic, and we'll find out more about it. Okay. You okay? No? Better? Okay. I'm not used to speaking with microphones. No, not used to speaking with microphones. Yes, about these. Still can? How about now? Now? Better now? Okay. Okay. I think they're
and trying to resolve the body. So in the meantime, you might imagine I would have a conversation with Sri Ganesh asking for help. I'm going to need a lot of help on this. He's got the one hand gesture that I think actually translates to, if I'd known he was going to promote me to Swami, I would have negotiated the price increase. Yeah. Well, what I can tell you is probably not really anything new. Mostly, what I can tell you is what I think I understand. And I had a very interesting conversation with Chandramouli on the way in. He was talking about the nature of contemplation. And one of the forms of contemplation is turning an idea over in your head and maybe rewriting it in different words to help yourself understand what the true meaning of that topic or subject is. And so I found that that's a lot of what I do because I don't know enough Sanskrit to get myself into trouble, let alone back out. So some of what you'll see is definitely not couched in the usual terms, but it's an attempt to try and get it into my small head. So the title of this talk is My Life as a Box. And if you can go ahead to the next slide. One of the popular speakers or gurus these days says, I am not this body. I am not even this mind. I think that was, Sadhguru is the one who is most famous for saying it. But this echoes through all of Vedanta. It's the essence of the Gita. It's in the Upanishads. It's in the other Gitas too. You're not just this 100 pounds of bones and hair and fat. Not so much hair for me, but we're more than that. So that's easy. It's easy to say, I'm not this body. I have a picture, my wife used a picture on the wall of me when I was 5 years old. Just this big. And that person is very definitely long since gone. So I am not that body, so I'm probably not this one either. The mind, so my notes are here mostly to remind me what not to say. The body is pretty easy. We can fairly easily say that we are not the body. Even if we don't believe it, we can at least say it. The mind is a little bit trickier thing because when you say, I am not even this mind, well, we all know the teaching that we have the discriminating human mind, which is the highest and best form of birth, because the animals don't have that discrimination. Animals simply do what animals do. They chase, they get chased, they eat, they try not to get eaten, and they make more little animals. And that's pretty much what animals do. We have the discriminating power to see higher, to see more. We can tell the difference between good actions and that we can change our actions. And we have the ability to see and seek toward moksha. So definitely have that. The catch is that mind that can do that can also do all kinds of other things that aren't necessarily what we should do. So, a little sidetrack. I was imagining a conversation, if you could have a conversation with the Atman and Maya. So, the Atman wants to play, he wants to experience, and so Maya creates a playground. And if you're imagining sitting here at the table talking to Maya, so Maya, tell us about this playground. I gotta tell you, I'm pretty happy with this. It's got everything. It's got gravity, it's got dirt to stand on, it's got plants to eat, it's got, I'm really proud of string theory and quantum mechanics, but so we have this whole world of things that we can experience, that we do experience, and we have a body that's been crafted just for that purpose too. We're not just a little puffy pink cloud floating around, not really experiencing anything. We actually have to deal with the world. So we do. In the beginning, that mind chiefly keeps us out of trouble. You know, don't eat those berries. Don't step on that snake. Especially, don't step on that snake. Don't wander off into the woods. Wear pants when you go out of the house. The usual things we need just to survive in the world. So, this takes care of us. But almost immediately, in addition to keeping watch over us, the mind starts seeing all of the other things around and getting, the easy word is attached, but it really boils down to, I want that. I want some of that for me. Something shiny, something that will make us feel good, something that will make us look good to other people. And so we quickly get caught up, that mind quickly gets caught up and goes beyond just taking care of the body so that the Atman can experience. But it actually starts getting busier and busier, and the next thing you know, it's not like some giant ego, egomaniacal villain that's laughing and saying, I am the master of everything I see. It's more like the stereotypical harried mother who comes out every day and says, I have to do everything. I have to make sure he puts on pants. That's a big thing in COVID. I have to make sure that he eats breakfast. I have to make sure that he doesn't step on the snakes. I have to make sure that he gets the car washed and gassed up. I have to make sure that he's presentable. If it wasn't for me, he wouldn't get anything done at all. He'd be sitting in bed. So I have to do everything. And all of a sudden, the mind is this very important, very busy, very agitated character taking care of me. So, anyway, sidetrack. We can say that we're not even this mind. We know in that sort of larger sense that it's the self in all behind the seer, the sees behind the eyes, who is actually here, and the mind is just taking care of local business. But we discovered that there's a bit more to it than just that, and that is all the things that the mind saw, and all the things that it got attached to, have to be collected. So I'm not just at this mind, I'm also a designer. So I also like to wear nice suits, or maybe I have to wear a nice suit because I'm in the office. I wear a nice suit because it makes me look good. I wear a nice suit because it tells other people that I'm somebody important to be recognized. I drive a nice car because you should when you're a professional. I drive the right kind of car because that's the kind of professional I am. So now you have this box that the mind has built, and there's a suit in it, there's a diploma in it, there's a car in it. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, is the old saying. So what do I do in my off time? Well, maybe I play tennis. Maybe I play cricket. Maybe I'm telling you a lie because I don't play any of those things that you have to do. But there are things you do in your leisure time, and those also define you. You're attached to them because I really enjoy doing them. get some attachment to it because it tells you he's pretty sophisticated. He plays tennis. And I don't know if tennis is sophisticated or not. I could never, is it? If you can't hit the ball with the racket, it's too sophisticated for me. I get tired easily. So you start adding these things to the box to define what you are, and it's not just that I'm an individual person. I'm a male. Because that's what people say. I am also, maybe I'm a doctor, maybe I'm a lawyer, maybe I'm wealthy. What kind of house do I live in? When it comes to shelter, a target under a tree is enough, usually. But maybe I don't live in that. Maybe I live in a little cottage in the woods. Maybe I live in a mansion with 13 bedrooms and 19 bathrooms. And I don't. But all of those things say something to me, and they say something about me, hopefully, to the people around me. Because it's not only important we find to know how we feel about ourselves, it's important to know how other people feel about us. Because them respecting me reinforces my respect for myself. So you can see that's kind of the loop that goes around. I need to have some sense of permanence. So if I'm respectable and other people say I'm respectable, I must be respectable. It goes on like that. You continue to collect all of the things that make up your life. You're following along with I'm not even following my own notes. So we know that the body is only temporary. We know that from life to life, the self and all moves from body to body according to the karma and the merits that we obtained or lost. And we understand that kind of on a mental level. So we can say that this body takes new births driven by karma, regenerates, and it takes another birth, and another birth, and another birth. It keeps on going and going and going, or maybe forever. And this is a note, this card is really just a note to me to remember what it was I was supposed to be saying. So, what's about the box? Well, we kind of already got there. The box really is, the box is the collection of all the things that we think are us, all the things we think need to be us, and what we should be doing. And the problem, of course, is when we fill the box up with stuff, we forget that what's actually in the middle of the box is the self, by itself. And as was mentioned in the Geeta readings, you don't have to look for it, it's already there. You just have to stop looking someplace else. So, but in the meantime, the mind and all of the things in the box kind of takes its eye off the Atma. And see, I've done my notes already. So what brings us back to the box is the mind suffers and struggles, trying to gather all of the things to make a decent life for itself, trying to make us nice to other people and nice to ourselves and give ourselves a sense of worth. In the course of all this, the mind is actually holding on to a box that keeps getting bigger and bigger and more force and identities and labels. And it wants very desperately for you to believe that it's got everything under control. even when the box is this big and you're only holding by your fingertips, and it's got a BMW in it. So, again, we don't rely on just knowing I am an entity. We rely on I was a designer, I was a father, a grandfather. I like to read. All of those things, we start relying on me, my hobbies, the things I like to do for fun, and all of those things again go back into the box. So, this one, I think, this was supposed to speak to the idea of what do people think. So when I say, who am I? I'm not just this body and I'm not just this mind. Who am I? So what do people say when they look at me? Farmer, ditch digger, scientist, astronaut? I wanted to be an astronaut from the time I was in third grade. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And I grew up wanting to be an astronaut until I had my first major attack of vertigo. And then I realized I wanted to watch astronauts on TV. I'm not an astronaut. That got taken out of the box. Again, who am I? And how do I see myself? How do I want others to see me as well? Is it the suit? Am I a casual sort of guy? Am I all science, all business, all the time? The tools that I gather around myself can speak to me too. Got a nice old-fashioned woodworking toolbox. I do like to do woodworking. I like to do sewing. I like burning the evidence when things go very bad with my woodworking too. That happens too. And again, the hobbies. What are my hobbies? I have a list of pictures here to show all the things that I either don't know how to do at all or I'm very bad at. I can't even play chess. My 12-year-old grandson can beat me in 3 moves. I'm not sure how. And again, all the things we own. Am I an important person? Am I significant? This is important to me. More and more things in the box. Even the kind of box we have tells me something about myself, and it tells you something about me too. So we have a treasure chest that tells you something about.
Slowly, like every slide.
Yeah, I'm trying to keep pace with it.
Sorry,
That's fine.
one of my
You
problems
made
is
so much effort.
I tend to get speeded up when I get excited. So, my apologies. That's the box. And thank you for calling that up, because that's one of the important ones too. It says there is no box. It's just a fabrication of your mind to keep track of all the things that it thinks you need to be. So you can look at it as a box to hold all those things that are most valuable and important, but you can also look at it as like a castle, which keeps others away and keeps others from taking away the things that we need to be me or we. And there's a tense in there that I'm going to get to in a slide, I think, if I haven't missed it. That is, the mind goes from he to we to me in the course of its getting busier. So, for the kinds of boxes, there's a treasure chest that says either I'm very for money or I like pirates. I'm not sure. There's a box in the corner which is just a cardboard box with junk, things I've picked up over the years, collectibles, whatnot, things I don't know how to use anymore. There's a gift box. I'm not really sure what that means, except maybe I'm a pretty special gift to whoever knows me. Or that's what I'd like to fit. And there's a metal toolbox there that tells somebody that I accomplished and skillful at something or other. And inside this toolbox, you can anticipate finding all the tools that I, the special person, need to do my job. Unfortunately, as we eventually all discover, this particular body journey comes to an end. And that's something we tend to put off. We don't really like to think about it too much. And we can kind of intellectually say, oh, I understand it will happen, I understand. The phrase, "like it never happened," is something that's come into my mind over the last many years. And that is, if you can imagine a vacation, or a trip, or a big event you have to put together, or having to speak in front of people, there's a lot of expectation, there's a lot of build-up to it, there's a lot of preparation, there's a lot of anxiousness that goes into getting ready for that event, and you work your way up to that, and then you're in it. You're on the vacation, you're giving the speech, too late to get out of it now. You're in the event, whatever it is you're doing, you're right in the thick of it, and you're enjoying all of it, or not enjoying it. It's all right there, and then it ends, and it's over. And I've noticed this many times when we would build up for something like a once-a-year camping event. We get ready, we take a year to get ready, we go to it, we have a tremendous time, and then we come home and wash our tents up, and it's over. We remember it, but for all intents and purposes, it's like it never happened. And so, I find that's a good way for me, anyway, to look at the permanence of things. Eventually, no matter what you do, like my job for 40 years, that was pretty much a descriptor of me. That was my life. It was my job. I'm retired. It's like it never happened. So, for me, that's becoming a useful way of looking at what's going to happen to the things that seem like they're permanent fixtures now. Because that absolutely nothing is. Some of these slides are a little chopped up because I don't want to fill the slides completely with words. So I've skipped through several things. Now, that's not really a bad thing, because that's just how the world works. Everything is transient, and the trick is to enjoy the moments, but not become attached to them in such a way that we scramble and claw and try to do anything we can to hang on to them. I went on this wonderful camping trip 5 years ago. It was tremendous. All the things you could imagine doing, we did. But there's nothing I can do to get back to that now. No matter how much I scramble or claw or agonize, that was 5 years ago. It's not coming back. So, that's, of course, easier said than done. We know it. Doing it's not that easy. So, what happens is I kind of started to allude to earlier, or maybe completely alluded to, as time goes by, we actually start taking things back out of the box. If I was a doctor, and one of the things in my box was a stethoscope, when I retired, I don't need that stethoscope anymore. I might keep one next to my diploma on the wall. It's out of the box because I don't do that anymore. It's gone. My suit that I wore every day for work, I haven't worn a suit in 5 years. I'm not even sure if I still know how to tie a necktie. Suit, out of the box. The nice car that I wanted to have when I was 25. I did have a little sports car that I could not get in and out of now because I can't get that car. That's out of the box. I just don't need it. have a nice car with tall doors that it's easier to get in and out of. My little sports car, you actually had to open the door, turn around backwards, and take a leap of faith and drop it into the seat. That's how small it was. It was a lot of fun. You can't do sports car out of the box. So, at some point, if I love to play tennis or I like to run or something like that, at some point I can't do that to the same degree I did before. So maybe that comes out of the box too. Eventually, almost everything that's in the box that we think of as important to us gets taken back out of the box because we're not using it. It's done its job, it's suited our purposes, and now we don't need it anymore. We take it out of the box, whether we think about it consciously or not. And then the last thing to go is the box itself. And you no longer have to hold on to all that stuff. The box itself begins to sort of lack relevance. And it will crumble and fall away too. Now, in speaking, I always heard you're supposed to set the story up, and then it's supposed to have a good ending, a happy ending, or a good ending, or a resolution of some kind, so that you don't just tell people, oh, guess what? You spend a lot of money, you collect a lot of stuff, and then you get out. That's not a really great story, but when everything wears out, when we start discovering things, what we begin to discover is we're working on our balance of karma and working through our destinies and our merits. What's left in the box is just the outcome, just the stuff that's doing everything, the stuff that you don't have to go looking for. Don't look here, don't look there. Stop looking here, stop looking there, because it's already there, it's already you. And that is probably the hardest thing of all. But it's there, it's not changing, despite all of the labels and posters and post-its and junk you put in the box. The self is still there watching, just watching. And that's really kind of a pretty miraculous thing when you think about it, is that it doesn't matter what the world does, it just keeps moving. We can enjoy even things we don't think we want to have to go through, but we can enjoy them. We can enjoy them for as long or as short as time as we want. We can go through these lives a lot of times, and I'm sure some of us do. Eventually, the idea is you're going to get tired, and you're going to want to kind of step back. And that's what I say in the last sentence of this picture is until we decide to return home to the self. And that is kind of starting to wrap it up a little bit. Peace, ananda, bliss, the various words that we use to describe that state of being, it isn't something new. It's not something that we have to go find. It's not something we put in the box. It isn't inside of us. It isn't outside of us. It is us. We are it. Really and truly, all we have to do is throw away the box and discover who we always were and who we always will be. And that's all the words I actually know, plus a couple of extras.
Okay, that was very interesting. And actually, I think instead of getting boxed in, I think you opened a Pandora's box. And some people may liken it to a can of worms. Mostly, you would like to end with an empty box. I think that is what the goal should be.
That's the goal, because you can't take the box with you.
Because you talk about exhausting vasanas and all this, your box is full of vasanas. So, and all your life experiences.
See, there's more of those Sanskrit words I don't know very well.
Well, you live and learn.
Okay.
We would like anybody from the audience, if they have any observations or questions.
I should warn you in advance, I'm ignorant on a wide variety of topics.
Yeah, don't worry, we are all in the same.
I like that last sentence. We would be all in a better place if we could have, or we could know how to food for them. We would be all blessed. We would be all peaceful. I think that's the perfect.
Very much so. Very much so. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. On top of it, we are in a box. And the way I see that we are in different boxes the whole day. Today I'm here, and then professional talk and everything. So it is a dynamic thing. Each one of us are going through different boxes. That's number one. And second thing, this box, which you showed is good, but my box has a window. And from there I see. And so at the end of the day, if you review the thing, I went there, I met people and satsang and everything. But what binds us is what Krishna. I mean, yo mam pashati sarvatra sarvam chamai pashati tasya hangatranashami sachami pashati. Yo mam, for one who sees me everywhere, sees everything in being. He is never outside, nor is he ever out of my mind. So if we see from our window, even from different boxes, I mean, even without being a lugar, even with a box which has nothing, but look up and look at everything and feel the glory of Lord Krishna and seek his blessing and mercy, I think we fulfill because we didn't own anything to begin with. So we will not give up anything. It remains empty. We didn't attach with that. There was everything we did. So that way, I think, in a way, what you were saying interacts with the way we learn from our people. That's my reason.
So, Mantrali, what would you like to say?
I really like that returning to self side, returning to self. But I also would want to understand a little bit more about it. What does returning to self actually mean from 50 years ago? Explain it in more detail. I don't understand the concept of temporary nature, right? But then how do we actually figure out a way that says this is returning to self, or is it a conscious effort that goes on forever?
Remember, ignorance on a wide variety of topics. This is the whole part where I can give you a short answer on it, probably already got it. But I think this is where on a daily basis, various practices we have, jhana, meditation, devotion, the things that right now when I get up in the morning, we exist So, part of it's just a process of time, I think. I see more now than I did when I was young, probably because I have less competing for my attention. So, I had a job, I had kids at home, I had a family to take care of, a wife, the bills to pay, I had to go out and keep that car shining. And all of these things, it's like, what about motion? Yes, it's definitely on my list next Tuesday, I think. So, how do we do it? I think we just have to keep trying. And the trying part is not trying to achieve, but the trying part is trying to screen out the noise. I don't know if that's close to a full answer or not. It's like the old ad, just do it. That's not helpful at all. But the trick seems to me is handled by not learning something new, it's learning not something. What's important? Well, not this so much more. Not that so much more. Just calculating the things that are important and what's left is what you're looking at.
Thank you. Does anybody have a quick comment or question? We are actually also running out of time. So I think this has thrown up a lot of questions, and you have certainly given us a lot of food for thought. And all this is before the thought of food gets to you. So we are good. Thank you, Swamiji. Do we have any announcements? Does anybody want to share anything? We have a lot of newcomers today. I can see my friend Gopal. Would you like to introduce yourself, Gopal?
Gopal is my wife, very well-known Indian technician, long time in service.
Jayashree is also visiting from Mumbai. She is our house guest right now. Does anybody else, any other newcomers who would like to introduce themselves? We have a YouTube channel, and you can subscribe to this YouTube at HTCI _ 3350, and you can also get a recording of the proceedings. And you should go there for other happenings at the temple or related to Geeta Mandal. Any birthdays? Yeah. I think Ram's, Manas Yadav, birthday is tomorrow, right? Your birthday too? Oh, you share the same birthday. Very good, very good. Excellent. And any other birthdays coming up? My sister's birthday also is end of the month, 30th September. And we, as our tradition goes, we recite the birthday greetings in Sanskrit to all the birthday celebrants. And Madhuri, you are the designated birthday greeter. And everybody can chime in and join her.
Thank you.
birthday brings peace to you. May you live 100 years. Always may God protect you and gain glory through meritorious acts, and let your life be fruitful. Thus we all pray happily always. Thank you. Are there any wedding announcements or wedding anniversaries? Nobody wants to reveal that. Huh? Okay. Because if there were, we would recite recitation. We have something for celebrating that as well, but we will skip that for now, since nobody has been bold enough to admit. Okay. So we don't have a grand sponsor this time, but we have several sponsors this month, starting with Malati and Chandrasekhar Pandiri, Dev Lahiri, Niloy Lahiri and family, Priyamvada and Ram Yadav, Pukhraj Gachwala and family. Pukhraj is in India, but he still wanted to sponsor. Nishi and Nitin Dave, Vitu and Rajneesh Chauhan, Shobhana and Raj Patel. So thank you all the sponsors, and this is something sustenance for our forum, and if you are celebrating any important milestones, I would encourage you to consider being a grand sponsor. And so next Geeta session is going to be the second Sunday of October 13th. And please come again and participate wholeheartedly. Now we will break for Archana. So all the sponsors, please come forward, and they would lead the Archana. And today's program, the Geeta session, is now over. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
परसों से लगेगा कि हार बना, वो बना, ये बना, तो हालत तो पूरी थी।
वरुण 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 इसको बंद कर दो.
Thank you.